From zombie truckers to iconic dad jokes, Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City is packed full of Easter eggs from the Resident Evil games. But there's one notorious meme they just couldn't squeeze in. In the latest screen adaptation of the popular Resident Evil video game franchise, writer and director Johannes Roberts gave what gamers have been asking for since Paul W.S. Anderson's original film series. He delivered a film that was a faithful adaptation of the source material. Roberts' reboot borrowed elements from the Resident Evil and Resident Evil 2 games, with Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City following Claire Redfield and Leon S. Kennedy as they try to make their way through the Raccoon City Police Department overrun by the genetically mutated undead. Meanwhile, Claire's brother Chris, Jill Valentine, and Albert Wesker attempt to figure out what caused the outbreak and solve the mysteries hidden inside the Spencer mansion. Roberts' film differs wildly from Paul W.S. Anderson's films, namely due to the attention to detail paid to game references. The turning around zombie makes an appearance in the Spencer mansion. The iconic Itchy Tasty diary entry from the first Resident Evil is morphed into a spoken line from a woman slowly mutating from the effects of the T-virus. The dad joke of Jill Sandwich made its way into the final script. There's a reference to the Ashford twins from Resident Evil Code Veronica, and Claire catching a ride from a truck driver is an almost shot-for-shot reenactment of the same scene in the Resident Evil 2 game, just to name a few key moments. Roberts clearly has a great love for the video game franchise and turned Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City into a treasure trove of Easter eggs for die-hard fans. However, there was one major Easter egg Roberts wanted to include that unfortunately never made it into the final film that would have made fans of Resident Evil 5 very, very happy. In one of the most heavily memed moments in Resident Evil franchise history, Resident Evil 5 shows protagonist Chris Redfield and his partner Sheva trapped in a volcano with Albert Wesker. In order to get through the volcano, Chris needs to punch a boulder in order to turn it into a platform that he and Sheva can use to move to safety. Fans have turned this absurd moment into the go-to reference that indicates where the Resident Evil franchise jumped the shark, before redeeming itself with impressive installments like Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, Resident Evil Village, and some successful remakes of Resident Evil 2 and 3. The moment is even referenced in Resident Evil Village when during the Heisenberg boss fight, he calls Chris a boulder-punching a-hole, meaning the meme has surpassed fan usage and become a canonical insult for Chris Redfield. Knowing the legacy of the scene, Roberts thought it would be fun to include the scene, but recognized that there wasn't a place for it thematically to fit in the film he had created. In an interview with IGN, Roberts said, "Robbie has such a great sense of humor, and it was just like, oh man, we've got to somehow put this in." He continued, admitting, "We never found how to make it work. And all I can hope is that somewhere in this new envisioning of the Resident Evil world, that it all leads to Robbie punching his way through a boulder." Robbie Amell is known for his work in The Flash and The Babysitter, and spends most of the latter shirtless and delivering ridiculous one-liners.
Did you just blow up Sonya?
No.
I mean, I'm not even mad. I'm a little surprised.
Punching a boulder is absolutely within his wheelhouse. Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City features a mid-credit sequence that sets up the potential for plenty of sequels in his cinematic universe, but Sony has yet to give the green light to a future Resident Evil film. Netflix recently dropped the teaser trailer for their unrelated spin-off series, but if anyone deserves to have a Resident Evil franchise, it's Johannes Roberts. The dedication put into making the film a faithful interpretation of the series was a monumental gift to fans. And with an unapologetic Resident Evil fanboy at the helm, Roberts is more than capable of bringing to life the stories fans fell in love with through the games. Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more SlashFilm videos about your favorite horror movies are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.